Hello people, you're welcome to Proup Masterclass. My name is Tola Alabi, and in today's class I'm going to be briefly talking to you about focus. Now, if you're a business person, it's imperative, it's very important that you have a clear picture of where you are going. A clear picture of where you're going. I think a lot of business people, a lot of entrepreneurs have a clear picture of what they want to do. But not too many have a clear picture of where they are going. They don't have an end picture in mind. When you ask them about where they are going, where they see themselves in 5, 10, 15 years' time, a lot of them have a very fuzzy picture of what it would look like in the future for them. So where they desire to be. But I would like to say that if you don't have a clear picture of where you are going, then it will be hard to focus. You would not really have much to focus on. And if you don't have a clear picture of where you're going, somebody's going to paint a picture for you. So if you don't have your own end picture, somebody's going to paint their own end picture for you to follow. So you must have a clear picture of where you're going. I think one of the things that helped me when I started out business was the fact that I knew where I wanted to be in 10 years' time. So when I started design 17 years ago, I started doing graphic design, and I was doing a lot of other things. But a lot of other things, I was doing graphic design, logo design, web design, animation, motion. And at a point, I realized I needed to have a clear picture of where I wanted to be. So I found out about a guy called Paul Rand. I read about a guy called Paul Rand, and I realized he was a logo designer and was a very influential logo designer. And he painted a model for me of where I wanted to go with my career. So I decided, you know what? I want to be as influential as this man is with logo design and branding. You understand? I want to become synonymous with this art of creating logos, identity design, and branding. And I knew that to do that, I would have to have some kind of tunnel vision when it comes to designing logos. So I had to cut out every other thing. I stopped doing web design, I stopped doing motion, I stopped doing animation, and I focused only on logo design. My portfolio was 100% logo design. I didn't show any other thing but logo design. And I can look back at when I started and where I am today, and I can say to a very large extent, I've become pretty influential in the logo design space in Nigeria. But that has come about by a sense of focus. I focused on that end image that I had many years ago. So if you don't have an end image, somebody's going to paint that for you. Some consultant is going to come out and paint that for you. And that consultant might be your mom, your dad, your husband, your wife, your cousin, your sister, your brother. They would advise you about what to do, advice in quotes. And if you do not have a clear picture of where you are going and focus on that picture, then you would realize that you will begin to do some kind of brand extension that you are not really desirous of doing as a person. And I've seen way too many businesses collapse, fail, weaken, and way too many entrepreneurs lose passion because they've extended to places that they never would have bothered to extend to, because it wasn't a place of passion for them. It wasn't what they were interested in. So you must realize that once you start out doing a business as an entrepreneur and you start having some traction, start having some areas of success and people can see it, then those advisors will start to come around. They're the ones that will tell you, oh, you're selling bread. Man, you got to sell akara with that stuff, man. How can you sell bread and not sell akara? There are the people that will tell you, oh, you are making clothes for kids. No, you got to make for their mothers too. It doesn't make any sense to make clothes for kids and not make for women and men. You understand? They're the ones that will tell you to extend your brand when you do not need to extend it. You understand? There's nothing wrong with brand extension, but it should come at your discretion as an entrepreneur. You should own the prerogative to extend, not out of pressure from other people. Those are the people that tell you when you want to start a crèche because you have a passion for early years. They're the ones that will tell you, you know what, no, you need to start a primary school and a secondary school and then go and start on the university. So they will paint their own end picture for you if you don't have one for yourself. And that's when you start out doing a business and 10 years down the line, you hate it. You hate what you're doing. And you realize that you've extended to places where you had no desire to go in the first place. So you must focus. But the only way you can focus is if you have a clear end picture in your mind.